Coming up on this episode of Winning Bets, it's time to place more winning bets and also submit our picks for a chance to win $25,000 tonight. Hey, it's Jason Mattis with Winning Bets as always. Thanks for hanging out with me on this episode. That's right, we've got a jam-packed show today. We're going to be placing 4 bets on today's action and also getting our picks in for a chance to win $25,000 in the NASCAR race tonight. So let's jump right into it. Our first bet is going to take us to the Portuguese Soccer League, where it's going to be Benfica. Benfica is in first place, tied for first place at 60 points. They're playing against the second to last place team, Portimonense. This is a complete mismatch on paper, and hopefully it's also a mismatch on the pitch as well. Benfica, last game out, it was their first game back after the coronavirus lockdown, and they had 24 shots. They couldn't find the back of the net, playing to a 0-0 draw, so hopefully it took a game for them to get their legs back out of them, and they'll be ready now to dominate like they normally do in the Portuguese league. So what we're going to do with Benfica is we're going to take the ATS against the spread. They're going to give us -1 and -1.5. So what you do is you give the sportsbook however much money you want to bet. They take it, they split it in half. Half your money goes on -1, the other half goes on -1.5. If you do so, that bet's going to come in at even money. And the reason why we do that, as opposed to just betting -1.5 outright, is because both of them have the same payout. So if Benfica wins by 2 or more, you get the same amount of money. But if Benfica were to only win by half of your bet's going to be a push, and you'll get half of your money back while the other half loses. So it's a little bit of a there kind of just when you get the same return, you can kind of safeguard yourself a little bit there. And in the case that Benfica doesn't quite do as good as we project. So we want to go ahead and do that. All right, our other bet, we're going to stay in the Portuguese leagues. We're going to take the other first place team, which is FC Porto. They're tied for first, obviously. They also have 60 points. They're playing one of the bottom feeder teams at Marchimo. Look, there's another mismatch. Porto, Benfica, again, both top-of-the-table teams, both of them at 60 points. They want to be the champions when it's all said and done, so they need to start getting points, which they were both unable to do in their first game back coming from the coronavirus lockdown. So I look for both of these clubs to get back on the winning ways. So much, in fact, we're going to go ahead and make a parlay. So parlay Benfica, parlay them with Porto. That comes in at -151 odds. So a $100 bettor has a chance to win $66. All right, moving on to our next bet, our third bet of the day. What we're going to do is go to the German league. They're playing their cup. It's not the Bundesliga. They're playing their cup game, and it's Bayern Munich against Frankfurt. We've already seen these two teams play post-coronavirus lockdown. Bayern Munich won 5-2, and really, if you ask me, Frankfurt was lucky to get 2 goals. They got 2 goals within 3 minutes, kind of early in the second half, so I'm not sure if Bayern Munich came out flat in the second half. Maybe they were a little complacent because they were already up 3-0, but that's unlike Bayern to give up 2 goals in a quick span like that, so I look for them to not do that again in today. So what we're going to do is we're going to take Bayern Munich against the spread, ATS, -2.5, which they would have won earlier this season. Again, they won that game 5-2, and that's coming in at odds of -120. So a $100 bettor has a chance to win $83. So Bayern Munich, ATS, -2.5, odds of -120 for a chance to win $83. Our fourth and final bet, we're gonna do another parlay. We're gonna take Bayern Munich, and now we're gonna take 2 games that don't happen until Saturdays. Your capital will be tied up here for a few days, but it's okay because we've got 3 dominant teams we're gonna put in this parlay. We're gonna do Bayern Munich. We're gonna do Dortmund. Dortmund's again playing Dusseldorf. We've talked about Dusseldorf on previous episodes, how they're just not a good team, and Dortmund obviously is a top team in the Bundesliga and top team in Europe altogether. So get Bayern Munich, get Dortmund. Our third and final team is Barcelona. Barcelona should win. Who are they playing? Doesn't matter who's Barcelona playing. Nah, it doesn't matter. As long as Barcelona is not playing Real Madrid or Sevilla, much like Bayern Munich or PSG or Manchester City, they're an automatic play, like Liverpool as well. They're an automatic bet with them. So if you combine those three teams, what you need to do to get the odds in your favor to be successful long term, those three teams, Bayern, Dortmund, Barcelona, odds of minus 102 for a chance to win $98. So those are our four bets. To recap, do Benfica, ATS, -1, -1.5 at even money. Do a Benfica Porto parlay at minus 151. Do Bayern Munich ATS -2.5, coming in at odds minus 120. And then do a three-team parlay, Bayern, Dortmund, Barcelona. That's coming in at minus 102. All right, guys, let's keep the show rolling, and let's jump right into the Finish Line app for a chance to win $25,000 tonight. It's the Blue MU 500 at Martinsville. Martinsville is the shortest track on the NASCAR circuit. Granted, it's only by 0.01 miles because Bristol is also a half-mile track, but it is the shortest track on the NASCAR circuit. Like I said, it's a half mile. The nickname here at Martinsville is called Half Mile at Mayhem. So that kind of gives you an idea. Much like Bristol, this is going to be a lot of cautions. You put 40 cars on a half-mile radius, you get a lot of action, a lot of cautions, a lot of mayhem as the track has its nickname properly named. So this is going to be a fun race to watch tonight. Again, chance to win $25,000 on the Finish Line app. You guys know how it goes by now. They give you 6 questions, 5 drivers in each question. Who's going to finish best? Then you've got question 7, who's going to win the race? Question 8, who's going to finish in second? So let's go ahead and get that $25,000. Let's do it, guys. All right, I'm just going to hit you with my winners. Group 1, we've got Kyle Busch. Look, Kyle Busch is knocking on that door to get a win. He's been right there. Keselowski's got his win. Hamlin's got his win. Harvick's got his win. Tonight's going to be where Kyle Busch gets his win. He's been successful throughout his entire career here on the short track. Look for him to have a really strong, dominant night on the short track. All right. Oh, yeah. And then here, let me add in this one point here before. So I mentioned Bristol. It's important to note that I've already mentioned the similarities amongst the track, but also in this post-coronavirus shutdown, I'm not sure why, but NASCAR is not doing any qualifying or practice. So, again, there's going to be no practice leading up to tonight's race. So, having the results of Bristol, which was also ran post-coronavirus lockdown, is a real good indicator. So, we've used those results at Bristol. We've used the odds. And then we've used these drivers' career finish here at Martinsville. That's kind of our gauge to answer these questions. All right, so going into Group 2, we've got Ryan Blaney. While he was unable to finish the race at Bristol a few weeks back, he did lead 60 laps before he crashed and got a DNF. So he's a good driver here on the short track. So I've answered question 2, Ryan Blaney. Question 3, Clint Bowyer. Clint Bowyer's won before at Martinsville, and he finished second at Bristol a few weeks back. So a really good short track racer. So question 3, Clint Bowyer. Question 4, we're going to go with Austin Dillon. At Bristol a few weeks ago, he started in 20th and finished in 6th place. That was the best amongst the drivers in his group. The next group, again with that same theme, Christopher Bell started at Bristol in 35th, and he finished that race in 9th, far and away the best driver amongst the drivers in his group, so we like that. And then question number 6, we're going to go with Bubba Wallace, kind of for the same reason, but also looking at odds in his career at Martinsville. Bubba Wallace has started 36th a few weeks back in Bristol, and he was able to take that all the way to a 10th place finish. So good driver there on the short track. So we've gone Bubba Wallace on that. Question 7, who's going to win the race? We've already made a case for Kyle Busch, so go ahead and select him. And then lastly, who's going to finish in 2nd place? Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin is always strong here on the short track, so we like Denny Hamlin to finish in 2nd place. So to recap, Kyle Busch, Ryan Blaney, Clint Bowyer, Austin Dillon, Christopher Bell, Bubba Wallace, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin. Guys, when I did the research here, like I always do, this, I would say, in previous attempts here to try to win this money, it was easier. It seems like the discrepancies amongst the drivers were a little bit greater than they have been in the past, so it was a little bit easier to answer these questions. I feel really confident here going in tonight that we'll get a good stake of this money. So hopefully, just hopefully we're right. We got to get that money. So, all right, guys, as for the next time you're going to see me, well, let's jump on YouTube Live. Hey, we've got 4 bets in play tonight, or this afternoon. If we've got some sweats, I love jumping on YouTube Live and hanging out with you guys and enjoying that good sweat with you. As for the time of when that can be, the Porto game kicks off at 1:15 p.m. Central Time. The Bayern Munich game kicks off at 1:45 p.m. Central Time, and then the Porto game is much later in the day. So if we jump on YouTube Live, it'll be during the Benfica Bayern Munich window. The Benfica game will probably be ending around 3 p.m. Central Time, so that'll probably be when we jump on YouTube Live if we've got a sweat, and then we'll ride it out all the way through the conclusion of the Bayern Munich game, which we'll be watching on ESPN. So that'll be a really good game. All right, so if we're going to be on YouTube. It's going to be sweat. We're going to be winning some money. But otherwise, I'll see you on Friday where we do our normal roll out the entire weekend slate of games, and we put in some more winning bets. All right, guys, it was fun hanging out with you on today's episode. Look forward to doing it again with you next time. I'm Jason Mattis. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you again when we are celebrating the wins and making more winning bets. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more winning bets.